You guys, what is going on with the Miss USA system? Two team members from Miss USA have been removed, and also Miss USA and Miss Teen USA have all stepped down. This is the first time this has ever happened all at once. To give you guys a little backstory, the past few months I have noticed that the title holders really haven't been on social media, which is very unlike them. They are usually able to speak their mind when it comes to their platform. Pageant before has always allowed free speech up through the platform. Like, they approve before you post anything, and it is very disheartening that they haven't had the opportunity to be speaking their voice. And I had a feeling something fishy was going on, and I think a lot of people also suspected it too. And when it comes to the title holders stepping down, they definitely have NDAs in place, so I don't know how much we're actually going to hear about this situation, but it sounds like something very severe happened here that they just couldn't ignore. I feel like they either didn't address it or didn't address it properly, whatever the situation was. So it must have been something very serious. It sounds like one of the team members that left the Miss USA system actually did not sign an NDA, so she had a more detailed statement of what happened. It definitely seems like there's poor management involved in the situation, definitely. So it feels like there's a definite need for change in the situation, and everyone's taking a stand. And this is not even just with the title holders and the two employees, but also, you know who else has been taking a stand? The other states who are involved in the Miss Universe pageant, part of the pageant system, they're all taking a stand. So the next in line are not even accepting the position because they're taking solidarity with whatever happened to Miss USA. So I have no idea what happened, but they're all posting about it and taking a stand in this situation, and also asking for the Miss USA system to release the NDA for the title holder in this situation. So it must be something very, very serious going on, and I'm glad that all of their sisters are involved in this situation, pageant sisters, and trying to help them out, but it must be something pretty severe with this. This has never ever happened where a whole entire basically strike has happened, and it is basically like, you know, their rebellion against whoever is at fault here in this situation. So there's definitely something very serious that happened, and it needs to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed more detailed. And something, or maybe even what needs to happen, in my opinion, is probably like management needs to be reevaluated or even replaced probably in this situation. But honestly, if you are someone wanting to compete in pageants or competing in pageants, or I know someone who wants to do it, or your kids, keep in mind this situation and how they handle it in the future, because it may not be a good fit for anyone nowadays because of what's going on. So this is just way beyond something minor. This is way beyond that. It's not just about our mental health. There's something that caused this situation to be a million times worse. I have never, ever, ever heard of this. And we've only had like one time where a title holder, like from Miss USA, stepped down a long time ago, and this has never happened where two title holders have stepped down and then they're having an issue getting someone take their spots, which is weird. And also they had the two people also leave their positions at the Miss USA competition, and it's just very disheartening because I know there's a lot of good in the organization too and a lot of good people, but it is great that they're all taking a stand and saying, no, we're not helping you guys. We are helping our title holder, and that you failed in the situation. They all made friends with each other at Miss USA, which is good. So I'm glad that they had that tie to each other, but I've never seen anyone stand like this so close. So there must have been some serious altercation. If you guys have any ideas of what it could be, maybe even there was something going on behind the scenes that caused the title holder to have a serious mental issue, like something very triggering for sure involved. Maybe even involved within like the organization in general, I would think too, but this is all speculation. I'm just telling you what I've seen too, but it's so nice. There's also been hashtags too being used by all the title holders trying to gain truth about the situation and stand with the title holder. Isn't that insane, you guys? I don't know what's going on, you guys, but this is major, 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 and this could be the fall of the entire Miss USA system, for sure, right? So just keep that in mind. And these title holders have worked their entire lives to get here, and you want to know what? They decided it wasn't for them anymore. Isn't that insane? They got to a point where it was so bad that they didn't want to do it. Their dream career, they've been working for this their entire life, dream career, it had to have been a life-changing situation. I can only imagine. It must have been very dark. If you guys have any ideas of what it could be, let me know. But this is just so terrifying, this situation. It is definitely way worse than I'm thinking it is. And I know also being a title holder is definitely something not easy. And even just like all the appearances and stuff like that, social media, it's a lot. But it's more than that. You know it's like that, right? But this has to be way darker than that, right? I'm feeling it has to be very dark. If everyone's standing up with her, it has to be dark. There has to be something hidden that we don't know. Well, we know that's true. We know that it's true, but I don't know how dark, but I think it's pretty dark. Yeah, it's just very disheartening because as someone who's competed in pageants, I have found a lot of really nice people, and it also gets you more leverage in society with your success too, and it also gives you more confidence, so that is why I did it as well. So yeah, and I met a lot of fun people through it as well. But I'm just saying, I just can't even believe this happened. I have never seen anything like this, but I'm glad it happened because these are very outspoken girls, right? Because they have their platforms, and I'm glad that they're all standing. It must have been something very bad, honestly. There's no other way to put it. I'd be surprised if it was something minor. There's no way it wasn't minor. There's no way. So it feels like maybe they just brushed off a situation they shouldn't have, you know, like something dark. Anyway, because these people have been working for it their entire lives, you guys, and spent a bunch of money on it, time, effort. It takes time to do it. And some people never ever can even go to Miss USA. Do you know how hard it is to even get to Miss USA? A lot of people, it's easier to get scouted to the NFL than it is to go to Miss USA. That is how unlikely it is. So why would they not want to stay? And there's only 3 months left until the next title holder. There must be something really terrible for them to quit. Just saying. And it was already very shocking that they didn't have their social media. So yeah, I could literally talk about this for hours because it is just disheartening. And I feel very bad for the title holders, but I also feel bad for the organization as a whole, even though it definitely needs a change, obviously, because there is no way that everyone would have been standing like this if it wasn't something serious. So I'm glad that they did it, but man, it must be something very terrible. And we may never know the full truth of it because I think that that NDA is pretty locked down. And also, even if like the word gets out, there could be like lawsuits involved too in this situation. But if not, like, I don't know how much we're gonna find out, to be honest with you, which is very disheartening. So I would actually love to know more about the situation, but I don't know if we'll ever know the full truth, which is very sad, but it must be pretty dark. And I hope that people are listening to this too who are a part of it or also are someone who just competes in them or even has people around them that competes in it or like they have future kids that want to do it. Just keep this in mind. So when it comes to pageants in general, be careful and also do your research. See if they've done any due diligence in this situation. Have they changed? Have they learned anything? If not, then maybe it's not a good pageant. It seems like also in recent years since they've had new management that things have really gone south. I don't know if you guys agree, but like things have really gone downhill. And yeah, the things I've heard too, I've been very shocked. But if you guys want any more pageant content, let me know down below. Bye.